So this poem is called Excuse Me, I Lost My Compass, Can I Borrow Yours? How do lesbians have sex? My friend Samantha and I are driving back from the airport having a deep one-on-one. Hell if I know, I say. Samantha is straight, with a boyfriend and bisexual hopes. And I've been a lesbian for at least all my life, so I figure one of us should know. When neither of us does, it is a bit of a splinter in the conversation. She doesn't make any uninformed guesses, and I don't talk about friction. I always dove into women without wondering what my dive looked like, and now here was Samantha asking, what kind is that? I'll ask my mother is all I could think to say. When I go home for winter break, that is just what I do. Mom is eating kashi like a middle-aged lesbian when I ask her. I've never had sex with a woman, she answers. Ask your father. When I approach him, he is on the computer. Let's look it up on the internet, he says. Her First Time by Reba Romaine pops up in the search. Like the lettuce, I say. Lettuce, he says, engrossed in what he's reading. Hey, I say, feeling like he's winning. We are both surprised to learn that the first rule to lesbian sex is masturbation. You guys are so sweet. Before you can even think about turning someone else on, it is good to know what excites you. But that doesn't even involve another woman, I say. If I touch myself, is that lesbian sex? He raises his eyebrows like a dog might if he had eyebrows. I get distracted for a moment, imagining this. Listen to this, he says. As you touch yourself and find the places that feel good, you'll know where to touch her. But her vagina isn't my vagina. And why hasn't Reba even said the word vagina yet? Rule number 2. Go sober. You want to remember your first lesbian sex. I know I do, my father says. Copying and pasting. These don't seem specific to lesbians, I shout. And in the next room, my sister shouts back, what? And I say, come here, Abby. And she says, what? And I say, oh my God, forget it. And she says, what? Rule number 3. Fantasize. It all begins with fantasy. Does she throw you down on the bed and have her way with you? Or do you go skinny dipping in your backyard pool? Have you ever considered this, my father asks. I never considered, I always just did, I say. Huh, he says. That may be your first problem right there. By rule number 10, Reba still hasn't said vagina. She tells my father and I not to use sex toys when having our first lesbian sex. That the first time should be, and I quote, simple flesh-on-flesh love. She tells us not to go straight for the crotch, to undress her slowly, to kiss her elbows, to caress her belly and inner thighs, to kiss behind her knees, to slowly suck her fingers. She ends with telling us to lie naked on top of our lesbian lover. Then what? I ask him. He reads aloud the last step. Enjoy. At the bottom of the webpage, Reba lists 17 fucking links, including how to use a dildo, lesbian anal sex, and how to keep love fresh and new. Great, I say to my father. I have nothing to bring back to Samantha. Is that your new lesbian lover? My father asks. Abby shouts something incoherent from the next room. Go ask your sister, my father says, clicking a link. Think about that for a second. There we go. I walk up to my sister with my hands on my hips, which makes me feel matronly, and ask. Just ask the next woman you have lesbian sex with, says Abby. When I get back, I report to Samantha what Abby said, and to my surprise, Samantha says, let's find out. I begin by undressing her slowly. I avoid the crotch. I kiss her elbows. I caress her belly and inner thighs. I even kiss her behind the knees, which feels really gay. Then it is a blur. I am diving and she is water, and I am water and she is diving, and breath is tangled with breath, and for one flash of a second we are above water. We are lying next to each other in the dark when Samantha asks me if she is a lesbian now. I mean, I say, you're a woman, and I'm a woman. Right, she says, calculating something in her head. What are you thinking? I ask. I don't feel like a lesbian, she says. I don't either. And then I don't know what else to say, so I say, your skin tastes like apple butter.